Hans Niemann is a very good chess player. In fact, he beat Magnus Carlsen in that one very controversial chess match. But in this game, even though he played with the white pieces too, he lost in 12 moves. So he starts off the game with d4, knight f6, knight c3, and d5, and Hans just goes for a Jobava London, a very basic opening, and the London system is normally meant for beginners, but it can also be played at the Grandmaster level quite well too. c5, you don't really want to take on c5 because if you take on c5, that allows d4 from black, and that can be very, very troublesome, and in fact, you can probably get a very losing position from that. So he goes e4 instead, and there's a lot of tension in the center here, you'll notice, but black just takes on e4, and after a trade, now he can take on c5 because there is no d4, and black instead just goes queen a5 check, and he wins the a5 pawn. For now, black is up one pawn, but white can quickly win the pawn back with the same idea. Queen a4 and recaptures on e4. And now black plays g6. So the idea is to go bishop g7. Hans just develops bishop g7, and here Hans had to realize that bishop takes c3 is a threat. He had to acknowledge that threat. He had to do something about it, whether you drop back the queen, you move the rook, whatever. You just have to acknowledge this, and you have to protect against it. Unfortunately, Hans blunders with bishop e2. And now it's game over. Bishop takes c3 check. If you take queen takes and it's a fork, so you're going to lose that. For example, this king cannot get to the second rank, and now whatever you do, this rook will be captured with check. So Hans doesn't take, he plays knight d2, which isn't a very bad move. I mean, it's definitely way better than taking. And black does not even take this pawn. Bishop f5, and Hans resigns. Because wherever this queen goes, the top edge moves to go to queen a4, but now black can take on b2, attacking the rook. This rook can't go here because the bishop can't go here. He goes rook d1, the only safe square for the rook, and now you can trap the rook with bishop c2. Not only is it trapped, it's also a fork. It's not every day you see Hans Niemann blunder like this.